And we should be live. There we go.
All right. Welcome to Voices in the Wilderness, a 13th Age adventure. When we last left our heroes, they had a fight that took about 2 weeks longer than expected and had some unintended consequences. We've had some discussions, we've had some thoughts, and we found out that most of the Imperial forces are going back to Twin Lakes. Ideally, Gregory is guessing, for a celebration. You've completed your mission in this forest. What do you do?
Well,
Notice we're missing somebody?
Well, I think
Yeah.
the plan originally was to head back to Narrowhama, but yeah, Gunhild's gone missing.
All right. Sometime on the way back to Narrowhama, yes, you would notice that Gunhild's gone missing. Who notices this? First.
Hunhow's an early riser.
yeah. just throw me right there. Yeah, Hunhow probably would notice that Gunhild's gone missing.
I was getting ready to bite the bullet, but he just threw Hunhow under the bus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard not to. It's kind of hard to notice. Well, Gunhild's kind of conspicuous, so it'd be easy to notice she's gone.
All right. What do you do with this information that you've noticed?
Hunhow would kind of take a walk around their campsite and just make sure that he's not missing something. You know, just give a look, make sure she isn't at the edge of the forest or wandered off or whatnot. But after having a look around and realizing, no, she is indeed gone, gonna kind of gently nudge Ferris awake.
What?
Ferris, Gunhild's gone.
No, that's not good.
No, it's not. Doesn't look like there was a fight, though. I walked around camp, and looks like she might have just walked off.
Well, she didn't really seem like she wanted to talk much. Well, I guess let's. She couldn't have gone far, right?
No.
Then
Looking
Ferris would
around.
Get up, yeah, and look around. So.
Yeah. Looking around, one of you will find something.
Are we gonna rock paper scissors for it, or roll a 1d20 for it?
I'll open it up. Hang on, I had it open a moment ago. I always forget something.
Well, I think, yeah, it's in cord somewhere.
Yeah, there it is. It's okay if Hunhow can find it.
All right.
All right. You find a note written in Gunhild's handwriting. After you give it a quick skim, you realize it has a little bit addressed to everybody.
Well, then Hunhow's gonna get everybody up. Just go around gently nudging people in the head and tell them, hey, you're gonna want to be here for this.
Alright.
Malkesh is asleep, but not in his typical bedroll. In this case, he had just kind of fallen over the back of the log and fallen asleep.
Face first or back first?
Back first.
Oh, okay, so
if
just...
he'd fallen forward, he would be on fire.
Yeah, that would be inconvenient.
It would at least be on fire.
Yep.
To which, when Hunhow comes along and kind of taps him, he goes, "Ha! Told you, I don't sleep," and sets up.
Good trick.
Hunhao blinks and is like, wow, that actually was shockingly convincing.
Well, you've heard "Sleep Like the Dead," right?
Good point. Anyways, Gunhild's taken off. She left a note though, so let's get everybody together.
Mokesh kind of stretches and his arms and neck pops in a rather sickening way. All right.
Once Hunhao's kind of got everybody awake and gathered around, he'd open up the note and clear his throat and start rhyming for some fucking reason. To my dear friends, I have to apologize for putting into a letter what I'm not able to put into words. I've had a heavy heart since we found the laboratory in that cursed forest, and I haven't been able to put into words what I've been feeling, at least until now. Firstly, I have to apologize for my absence. I think the only way for me to work through this is to take some time to myself. Maybe it's from growing up in the countryside, but I feel like that's where I thrive the most. Taking some time to get back to nature, not as part of some grand adventure, but just as a return to form, might help clear my head and as I need to come to terms with what I am and how I came to be. 1,000 thoughts have run through my head, and all I can do is realize that I've been wrong about so many things. This letter is not about me, however. And then Hunhao would kind of clear his throat and first look to Malkesh, and then the party as a whole, and said, it gets a little bit personal after here. Do you want me to read this out loud, or would each of you like to read it yourselves?
Tart.
Say Ferris kind of shrugs and he's like, well, we've probably been lacking a little bit of transparency among the party lately.
I'll be honest, I've never been all that personal with Gunhild, so I guess in this case, might as well be public.
Hunhao kind of shrugs. Okay. Malkesh, first and foremost, I must offer an apology to you if you'd be so gracious to accept it. What I said to you in the forest was rude, to say the least. You did exactly what you needed to so that our ally could be saved, and it was wrong of me to take some pointless moral stand and accuse you of destroying something when your only intention was to help. I wish I had looked past the actions and the exterior earlier, only to realize that you are very much the same Malkesh I met all that time ago, and how you've made great sacrifices in body and soul to keep the rest of us and this world safe. There are no words or deeds that can truly express how much it's appreciated. Ferris, you're more than a family name. I wish I had seen that sooner. The gathering storm clouds that must rage within you must be frightening, but there are none more suited than you to weather the storm. I can't pretend to understand exactly what you must be feeling, but I must offer you an apology as well. I think there's a balance to what you do, and even if I can't fully comprehend your actions, I trust that they are for the greater good of this world. You proved that in Grand Nostrum. Now it's my turn to prove my actions can help too. Help you too. Alyssa. Hunhao kind of pauses and squints at the paper before looking at Lissy and kind of, did I get that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. How did Gunhild get that exactly? Anyway, go ahead.
Hunhao kind of gives a little bit of an awkward shake of his head and goes back to the letter. It's a strange crossroads at which we met, an even stranger one that we're at now, isn't it? Despite everything that I think I know about you, somehow it feels like I know nothing at all. That's hardly surprising, as the more time goes on, by the more it dawns on me that you all know so little of me. I digress, though. You once told me that your strange little ships have souls in them. For a moment it seemed, well, for a lack of a better way, a complete abomination. By this point we've seen so many strange things, far worse in the world, that if a few souls are happy to be ships, well, there seem to be worse fates lying in wait across Moam. And there are far worse things to be. I only hope that both you and your ships find their way. Hunhao, it seems our fates might be more connected than we once realized. Though you have only joined us recently, you've taught me so much about this world, far more than I expected to learn. For a long time I expected to impress upon others, and instead you've been the one who impressed upon me the importance of what we're doing in this world. I hope we can continue to grow stronger and learn more about this world together. Hunhao would kind of after that, quietly fold the note and put it away.
That's it?
More or less, yes.
Okay, she just kind of nods quietly.
I do hope she'll be well on her own. It's been quite a bit to take in. I can understand wanting some peace and quiet, but...
So Ferris just kind of kept his head down the entire time during the reading, and just after a moment just would sit up and say, well, out of all of us, Gunhild's, well, she knows how to take care of herself.
True enough.
She knows where to find us.
Well, in that case, I think it's best if we got moving.
So if Florentine's to be believed, we don't have a whole lot of time.
Agreed.
If that's the case, you guys gather up and start heading back. Where do you first head back to Narohama? I mean, I suppose that's where the boat is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need to head that way.
And I guess pop in with Casey's crew.
I mean, we do own property there.
On your way, Malkesh, you do have a new traveling compatriot
I do?
in the form of the ghost of Sweetroot following you.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought
it's
Sweetroot was seeing the world. He's just going that way with us right now?
he's just going that way with you right now before he heads off. And you're able to chat a little bit about it, and you do feel the lessons of that first book instilled on you. As said, your signed copy is now a artifact item. It now takes up 2 chakra slots. And on top of the existing table for what you make, you also have 2 additional benefits. It now counts as the herbal companion from the Book of Loot. This
Okay.
You get a +4 bonus to any skill checks relating to herb lore and plant life. You almost always have a herbal remedy ready to deal with a problem or freeform challenge. At the very least, you can say what sort of herb can help in the current situation. And you now know the regions it's said to grow in. Congratulations! You're now Lissy good at herbal background checks.
Okay.
Yay!
You also, once per adventuring day, can replace Bruno with Sweetroot, who I haven't quite finished writing yet.
Okay.
And eventually he would part paths with you. And
Despite everything that's going on, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
Malkesh would seem to generally be pretty jovial around Sweetroot.
Yeah.
Having at least something to talk about on the way. He also doesn't, it's not so much he is avoiding the taller members of the party, but he's avoiding the taller members of the party. So yeah, you'd probably see him on their long walk. He'd talk with Lissy, he'd talk with Amboise, he'd talk with Sweetroot, but he would not intentionally engage with conversation with Hunhao, Ferris, Delilah, or Gregory. Apparently, there's an unanswered call of doom there.
Yes, I was looking
Yeah,
at that. I was
don't. I'm messing with macros because I forgot to do it earlier. Don't mind that.
Doom calling.
Quick, somebody pick up!
Help!
this is-
1-800-DOOM calling.
Please.
Is your
27,
Doom running?
6.
I ordered that Doom last week!
You can actually get it delivered faster with Doom Prime.
Screw it. I'll
Keep
fix this.
ringing, I'm not answering.
Yeah, I'll fix this later.
It won't be long until the grassy countryside changes back to the outskirts of Narohama. First in kind of smaller houses, residential areas, just little local markets until it turns as you get closer to the river, to the city you know. It's daytime this time. The lights are dulled, and the city seems a lot calmer when the sun is out. You're back to the waterfront, and you see the channels going between the buildings. You see the boats. These ones less passenger-based, more goods going to and fro through the busy trade city. What do you do?
To the warehouse.
So yeah, I guess
Yeah.
Ferris would put in a vote to either meet at the warehouse or wherever they were supposed to meet Casey, to come here for that Boston River's hideout or what.
Were we supposed to do something for Boss Minerva?
We're supposed to see what Wingspring was up to, or who he's delivering goods to.
That didn't end well for him.
Well, he's fine. I mean, he's out of work.
Oh yeah.
He's
But he's
alive.
very not dead,
Could be worse.
not fed to sharks.
Could be like those other kobolds we ran into. Man, that was ugly.
Well, I'm gonna head to the warehouse.
I think I'll head that way as well.
All right. Lissy and Hunhao return to the warehouse. Gregory, at the very least, will come with you as well. Do you all head back, or is this a splitting the party
I'll
situation?
say it. I feel like somebody should at least check in with Casey. I mean, I don't think there's really much of a. I'm gonna eat these words, but at this time, I don't feel like there's much of a threat.
Oh no.
getting murdered
All
or
the-
kidnapped.
All the GMs in the chat are just getting that evil tingle up their spine
Yeah.
from you saying that.
Ooh.
Well, I was just going to take it easy this session.
Oh.
That's fighting words.
All
Yep.
the GMs in the chat. You mean everybody except Tyler?
That's actually, well, not
That's
necessarily
either.
true.
He's
Yeah,
officially a
yeah,
GM.
he is.
All right.
Well, okay.
This would be exactly the time that if
Marvel
I was
GM.
Dan, I would spring the whole fact that Casey was just using that to get us out of Narohama so she could continue her plans.
What am I going to do with these people?
But I think at least Malkesh and I'm guessing Lissy would go back to the Lissy Cave, aka the warehouse full of parts.
Locust is coming too.
Yeah. He doesn't
No,
like
Hun
Casey.
House.
Well,
Hun
Ferris
House.
Oh yeah.
Locust is not
Sorry, Locust is not coming.
I guess we'll just say
Hunhouse
Ferris is
coming
pretending to
too.
come along, and then he'll just kind of duck out because yeah, they're on a
I
semi-tight
have lost volume.
schedule.
Oh dear. Can you not hear us, Dan?
I have regained volume.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
cool. Yay.
What did you say again, Ferris?
I'd say at this point, since everybody seems intent on the warehouse, but we know that we need to get back to Twin Lakes fairly quickly. Ferris will kind of see everybody's planning on returning to home base, and then just kind of like duck into the crowd and make his way over to where they had last met Casey and Minerva.
Alright. And as you duck out, you would feel a hand on your shoulder.
And who does that hand belong to?
That hand belongs to Delilah.
Oh, okay.
And she would pretty much look at you and it's like, we've had enough people slipping off on their own.
Yeah, you're
That's-
better at this than I thought. Or I'm not as good as I used to be.
So look, after all this, there's definitely been more to keep my eye on. I think I was right to continue coming along and making sure you all don't get up to too much.
That's nothing too bad. I'm just sure that we're still on the up and up with Casey and her plan. It's probably our best shot at getting the last shard of prophecy. I mean,
And what are we going to do when we get that last shard of prophecy?
I haven't quite figured that part out yet. I know it's better in our hands than whoever's using it now.
She kind of looks, bites her lip, and then it's like, I don't think you're wrong about that. We're just opening ourselves up to a pretty big vulnerability here to lose them all.
Or just kind of sighs, and you can see like a slump in his shoulders. That I know it's just. And I don't even know what's going to happen to her if she claims all of them. I mean, if she is a shard, would she just become the orb of prophecy, or would she become something worse?
I don't know. That's just...
I hate to say it, but I don't want to betray her, but it might come down to that. I guess
That's
we might
what-
have to just take it and run.
Just wanted to make sure you knew that you might have to make hard decisions.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess we all knew it wouldn't be easy this far.
And you and Delilah would make your way to the hideout. Which scene shall we deal with first? Who's raring to go?
So you guys gonna have a warehouse party?
Hunau's probably gonna lie down and take a nap. He's not much of a party animal.
Good. Excellent.
But he is a light sleeper, Lissy.
That's okay. Yeah. Warehouse party. Lissy's gonna start looking through the parts as soon as she gets back.
Pretty much at that point, Gregory would kind of look to Lissy, Malkesh, and Hunhow and just be... I need to go to the Imperial Outpost here and file a report to Carnifex and get any information that he's going to pass on to me. Since we kind of know that there's a lot of watching eyes here, what should I say?
She's just throwing bits and pieces over her head. What, to Carnifex?
He is my direct superior.
Tell him everything's on fire.
Not
That will
if
make
it's
him
Don's.
happy. That will make him really happy. Everybody's dead. Everything's on fire.
I don't think that'll be satisfying
think
for a full report.
He'll love
I-
it.
I
He'll
also
put a little smile on his big old gray face.
I don't think he can smile.
You're right. It probably would break his face.
His skull would be very interesting to study, if I'm honest. Because I think you're right. I don't think the musculature is there to smile.
Hunhow kind of picks his head up from where he's been lying down and just looks at Malkesh quizzically before shaking his head and looking back to Grigori. Well, we can trust Carnifex, but you may want to impress upon him that he might want to keep some of this information to himself. Otherwise, I think telling him the truth would be the simplest solution.
Yeah, the raw data is probably more useful to him than any of our emotional feelings on it.
And the raw data does contain burning, so he will be pleased.
We did do a fair bit of burning. Yeah.
We did. He's gonna be sad he missed out. I told him we could just amputate at the knee.
That seems a little extreme. Listen,
Well, we could just build him a new leg. It's not that.
I guess
bad.
that's true. Yeah, I guess I could have done the surgery. Oh, I wasn't here. That's right. Well, I mean, Gunhill could have just lopped it off at the knee. We could
Yeah.
have taken care of it.
Yeah, it was practically hanging off anyway.
Was it really that bad?
It really was.
Huh. I'll have to check it when he comes back.
What do you guys get up to?
Hunhouse just laid his head back down and is sitting there rubbing one temple with a hand.
His leg was almost off?
That's why he's got desk duty.
Oh, it's a little hard to believe that he's built like an angry fortress.
You're not wrong there.
Well, yes, but we fight things bigger than angry fortresses occasionally.
Ask him when he's gonna come back.
All right, I'll send it
Kissy
along
faces.
private courier.
Kiss, kiss.
And Gregory would kind of gather up his pack and then give you like a little at the wrist wave and head out.
Lissy's dumping parts on a table.
You know, that one kind of looks like a thigh bone.
And the thigh bone's connected to the...
To the hip bone.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're cooking
Just
with
like
gas.
the book says. It's a good
Yeah.
blueprint.
It's pretty catchy actually. The whole turn yourself about.
Yeah, if you press the button,
is
it
it-
plays the music. I figured you'd appreciate that part. Yeah, see the different like icons? When you read, it shows the thing you have to press the button when you see it.
And you know how much I like music.
It's just like a 4-page cardboard book. It's-
With little pictures of bones on. crying. Oh dear. Right, seriously. So Lissy's gonna get to work on constructing what obviously looks like a bipedal person.
Malkesh will help to the best of his ability.
Malkesh is a great help.
All
Why
right.
did we go first in this scene and not let the plot relevant characters go?
All
To
right.
save the best for last.
Yep.
In between this, that reminds me. Let's roll for icon die.
Guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
On the top of the sheet anyway. I don't think I have
And I
anything
think-
to roll over.
Yeah, you have used everything.
Alright, Orc Lord first. Council. Whole lot of nothing.
That is a full biff.
I still have
Because-
not, ever since I added the Oracle to my icon list, I have not gotten one thing with her.
All right.
It's telling you something.
New rule. Because this isn't fun. You can take a 5 with somebody when you full biff.
I'll take a 5 with the Oracle. Why not?
I look forward to seeing how that plays out.
Yeah.
5s are fun.
Yeah.
Malkesh, you've got a 6 and a 5 with Lich King you can hold.
I would like to,
Why is the 5 red?
because it's.
Oh, icon dice. That's right.
I'm just glad
That's
they did
special.
it this way and didn't just show the number like they used to.
Yeah.
That's a major improvement there.
All right, you are all Lich King. All right, you've got. So, not counting the first. Let's give you the 6, the 5, and the 5. So, you've got 2 6s and
Should really use
a
this.
5. Carnifex is not here. Gunhild will do next time. Let's see, you have a 5 you can hold.
Wow. I think that 5 is my 5
You held a
as
5.
well.
Hunhow, you're tapped out.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and roll them bones. Wow, that's the
1-1.
exact same as I had last time.
Right. So let's pass the spotlight over to the underwater hideout.
I brought spectral copies of all of my friends.
To look
appear strong.
intimidating.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
well,
would pretty.
Dwayne.
You would return. You'd have to. You'd dive under the water. And you'd go through it. You'd see. You wouldn't encounter any resistance. You're known now. The merfolk guards would let you right in. And they would bring you right into Minerva's chamber. And you would see her pretty much sitting right on that little outcropping of rocks. A guard is nearby her with kind of holding out a map for her to look over. You'd see the muscled, glistening form of the invincible Dwayne talking to Samuel. And you'd once again see old Cutter Eye just kind of with her boots up on the table waiting.
Ferris is wringing the water out of his beard. Minerva, how's things in Narrowhama now that you don't have any competition?
Oh, business is booming. And so I already have quite a few plans. Definitely, there's already people I have to... There's already some people I've found that are willing to switch allegiances now that Wing Spring is over, so I don't need to set up new enterprises. A few others I'm going to have to chase out before they think they can get a little too big for their britches. Now tell me, have you found out what our old, unfortunately still alive, but nowhere near this city friend is up to?
I don't even think he knew what he was up to. The things that we saw in that forest were, well, they were pretty bad. People were
Pretty bad?
experimenting, grafting demonic parts to perhaps not so willing subjects.
That doesn't sound up Wingspring's alley. He's usually about the machines more so than biology.
There's a lot of machinery in that place. I wonder if he just was ignorant of what was going on out there, which, again, all the more reason to get him out and put you in charge.
Dwayne, pretty much. Dwayne thinks messing with demonic matters is a foolish endeavor for a weak-minded soul.
That's right, Dwayne. High five.
He walks over and just slams his hand into yours. Your elbow hurts a
I'll
little.
say if Ferris topples over from his seat.
Dwayne is glad the bearded man agrees.
When Ferris gets up and rights himself, adjusts his collar a little bit. Where's our mutual friend, the one who brought us together, Casey? Have we heard of her lately at all?
She has moved on to Twin Lakes, and she wanted me to pass that along to you. She doesn't have much interest in setting up the infrastructure here. Which is a shame. Her ability of intuition would be very, very useful. She's more concerned about her own planned heist.
Huh, thought she would want to put that together with us, but all right. Ferris kind of is just rubbing his temple, like obviously frustrated with this turn of events.
Mm. She said to pass along where she'd be waiting there.
Okay.
But I feel she wanted to put some... She seemed very, very eager. So... But I don't... Well, at least I have no reason to believe that after pulling all these strings to bring you all here and make you aware that she'd just go off and do it on her own.
She must still need us for the actual legwork.
Mm.
All right, so where did she say to meet in Twin Lakes?
You over there. New helper, and you just see Samuel in the puddle. Yes, boss? Give him the information, and Samuel would swim over to the edge of the water and just hand Ferris a letter. You probably want to destroy that when it's done.
Oh, okay, smart.
And you would see a map of the city with a safe house marked out and a little bit of information about different people who already owe allegiance to Minerva who are located in the city. Katarai pretty much speaks up. I've only known her for a little bit, but she doesn't seem to be the type that appreciates burning daylight.
Oh, well. Get in touch with my allies, and we'll make for Twin Lakes as soon as we can.
1 second, Dwayne speaks up.
Oh.
Dwayne is still curious about this strange forest. And he looks to fellow bandit queens. This is not the type of business we want to take over with demons. As I said, as Dwayne said, a foolish path to follow.
Oh yeah, we blew that place sky high.
Excellent. Dwayne crosses his arms and just
The forest
leans
might be
back.
a little bit haunted now. Kind of a weird side effect, but no demons.
Mhm. Interesting. Dwayne knows how to punch a demon, but not how to punch a ghost. Dwayne must ruminate on this new enemy. Minerva. Yeah, important question though. Did you find out who he was delivering to?
Not exactly. We've narrowed it down to somebody that's associated with the Empire.
Imperials. Interesting. I could quite... That little bit of information, if you find out, could really, very, very much strike a blow against their hold on this city. Might push it even further into my control.
Free and independent Narohama. Somewhat.
What? No, this is good news. I'll take a look at this. Oh, right. What about, you said that there might be some Imperial interference coming our way. What of that?
No, Dan, remind me. We first thought that they weren't coming, but now they're actually still kind of mustering forces. Is that right?
It's from what you know. Once you found out, you first had Gregory deliver a message to your contacts there saying that you'd located the cause of it, and it was neither an Imperial, yeah. And then with Gregory's information, everybody's been recalled to the capital.
That's right. Okay. Yeah.
So exactly what variant you want to tell her is up to you.
Well, we handled it. I think most of the armies, if any, are going to be deployed here. I don't think any, maybe a complementary force, if anything. But it sounds like they got our message that what they were after is no longer here. So I don't think you need to worry about open war on the streets, canals, anytime soon.
Excellent. Perfect. Oh. Yes. The one last thing. Casey and Cutter Eye just butts in. Casey and all of us. This is equal footing, Minerva. And Minerva looks correct. We decided that it would be best to split our forces. 2 of us dealing with this city and 2 of us on the heist. The question is, whose help do you want in Twin Lakes?
So my options are Cutter Eye, Dwayne, Minerva, and Samuel. Is that?
I don't think Minerva.
I think Minerva's going to stay put.
Yeah. Yeah. Samuel would essentially be Minerva stand-in.
Right. I feel like people would be mad at me if I didn't pick Dwayne. And honestly, Ferris likes the idea of this demon punching man with him.
It's like the anti-carnifex.
I feel bad picking on the behalf of the group, but I guess I'm the only one here. Because I guess Ferris doesn't really have much of a history with Cutter Eye. Anybody have any out of character input?
No, we go with who you feel like going with. I think anybody we would support you with.
I had to step out for a second. What are we supporting?
I get to bring 2 people with us on the heist,
Well, one person.
or 1 person. Oh, really? Oh, okay, never mind. I misheard.
Yeah.
Well, then Dwayne, right? You want to come with? You want to go on a heist?
Dwayne stands up and then kicks over his stool. Dwayne is getting bored here. Dwayne is
Oh, yeah.
excited for the prospect of action. Dwayne will be much more useful to you than that bookkeeper that she brought with her at first.
Yeah, what happened to Cyril? Anyway.
That's Dwayne. Strangely, Casey had us wait behind and took the mousy man with her. He does not look good in a fight. He sounds annoying.
Cyril?
All right, Dwayne. Yeah, I think you'll be better used with us. Let's have a reunion.
Delilah kind of strokes her chin. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. We're down a little muscle, so let's pick a little extra up. Dwayne will prepare his things, as well as inform his boys. I will meet you in the capital. Dwayne
He
will
will
meet
bring
you
his
in
small
the capital.
dog.
All right, Dwayne. see
Dwayne
you
has
later.
a very small dog that he takes along with him.
Dwayne's dogs are barking. Dwayne must feed them and take them for a walk.
Walkies!
He kind of turns on his heel and looks at Minerva. Walks are hard for dogs in this city of canals. And then he walks out. Jesus Christ. Sorry guys, 1 second.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm back. I need to look at why I keep losing sound.
That is not good.
Only me, it's cackling. That's alright.
All right. Do you have any more business here?
Is
No.
Ferris gonna come back to the warehouse?
I mean, yeah, I guess eventually.
Yeah,
Some-
Ferris,
some
come
business.
back to the warehouse, Ferris.
Well, yeah, that's where we put the boat.
Right.
Oh wait,
So
real
what-
quick. Ferris will very quickly walk up to Minerva and graciously bow and be like, it's been a pleasure doing business with you. Perhaps some of the information we gave you might be worth more than just a handshake and a goodbye.
She
And he extends
looks.
his palm out.
She looks and thinks. Do you wanna?
Yeah, do a charisma check.
Yeah, let's do a charisma check.
I really need to put more points in this background. Nope. Oh god. So,
Oh
you now.
no.
damn, that was bad. Just a stone cold
You're
stare.
supposed to be good at this.
Yeah.
She looks you up and down. then looks you up and down again, and then looks you down, and then you just see a shark-toothed smile. Are you sure? No, you're somebody with an eye for profit. Are you sure you're not with the wrong group here? I think we could get a lot done together.
Ferris puts his hand down and kind of wipes it on his leg. No, I think I'm got a pretty good rapport with this crew. A lot of profit to be had in adventuring. Maybe once we're all done, I'll come back and revisit that offer.
Interesting. Well, it's on the table. But you're not wrong. I'll have some gold forwarded to your address. A little spending money for your upcoming heist.
As soon as Ferris says that he wants to stick with us, there's there's a little, I don't know if you would call it a loud explosion. There's
The underwater.
an
palace.
explosion.
A bunch of drips fall from the ceiling. Sam's like, whoa, something's going on up there.
I should get back. Thank you for your time.
All right. What's been going on at the warehouse?
My leg hurts. Lakesh reaches down and he pulls out a metal leg from his chest and puts it back on the table. That was a little too much, Lissy.
I told you, it was exactly right.
You
It
made
just was in
exploding
the
people.
wrong order.
Why is
Well-
there a finger up here with me? What are you getting at?
I'm trying to make a harness. Just bear with me. Bear with me a little bit.
You're
All
not
the-
getting
all
this. You're not getting this hand back until I get a better explanation than that. I'm holding this hostage.
All
Listen
the
here.
doors and windows have been blown open.
Harnesses don't typically explode.
That's
Well-
what I'm concerned about.
You know, sometimes they do. You have to be an expert to know.
Listen, I'm going to take the blasting caps away from you until you get the physical form built first.
But then, wouldn't it be cool? All right, okay, all right,
Just gonna
fine.
put these
I was just
right over
thinking
here.
if we would know he was getting really emotional if he exploded.
Lakesh just walks over to like a little short little like not bookshelf but like filing case and puts them up on top of him. He has to stand on his tiptoes to put them up there, but for like on how it would be like his waist.
Do you need any help, Malkesh?
I got this.
It'd be like an early warning system.
Early warning systems that kill the user are not a very useful warning system, Lissy.
It would only kill people about
Strapped into the harness.
over 5 foot. Then the shrapnel would miss us by a mile, Malkesh. Really. I mean, maybe not this time, but next time.
I know it seems counter to my character, but we don't need to kill everyone above our height.
Oh, right. Yeah, I suppose we do get along with most people that we meet that are taller.
Besides, there's funner ways of doing that.
She's got like a welding mask on.
Also, should you really be attaching electrical leads to the frame while you're working with blasting caps?
It was just a little bit more. How do you say it?
Boom?
If you can do everything at once, it just makes things go faster because I don't think we're going to be staying here for very long.
Okay, out of character, I have to say I'm now just imagining, since you mentioned harness, it's just a skeleton with like lederhosen on. No pants, just the suspenders.
Oh God.
Okay, you're making a harness. What is it gonna harness? The latent power of the soul.
It's gonna, yeah, exactly.
I mean, that should really be like a containment field or something like that, shouldn't
Well,
it?
no, it needs to be a little bit springy.
Well, I mean, I've got this one in a glass jar right now, and he kind of brings the soul over, and it's bouncing off the sides of the glass
Well,
jar.
yes, it needs a little bit of room to maneuver. You know, it can't always stay in one place. They get very excited.
Yep. But I still don't understand why they're not just contained into a small little metal vial or something.
Well, it depends. They can be. It's just it's a little bit. It's different when you don't want to damage it.
Well, you're the expert on that.
I
don't know much
try.
about that.
Bruno is a bad example.
Where is
Actually,
that dark
Bruno's an excellent example if you want to damage something.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since we left that big thing. What happened to him?
You can recall him, right?
Yeah, he's just not listening. Strange.
That's interesting. I'm just going
That
to go
is
back
very
to
strange.
my.
I'm assuming we blew him up
little-
real good.
We did blow him up real good. It was real good. That was
It's
some
amazing.
fine blowing upping.
Before he gets back. Somewhere
Yeah.
in the forest, a skull is rolling around looking for its foot.
The skull
So-
bone's connected to the foot bone?
In Bruno's mind, yes.
Oh, okay.
Dan?
In the forest, you would see the skull rolling around. And you would see kind of the strange semi-autumn leaves in the clearing. And the skull would impact a large, large trunk. The center of almost a crater as it rolls down. And in that, you'd see the tree that Hunhao dropped from the sky. And you would see that it's still standing tall, glorious, and green. And with just a pulse of kind of energy, this tree exudes a feeling of springtime. And the trees nearby it begin turning green. And we are reminded of the battle that has taken place between iconic forces in this forest.
This is sadly lost on a brainless skeleton, though.
Hey Dan, can I roll? That was very beautiful, by the way. I do apologize for interrupting.
There was a reason. It is lost on a brainless skeleton. It is lost on a brainless skeleton because the skeleton is a part of that other force, and pretty much it's like if you've seen like that image of like light coming and then a face just slowly being absorbed and turned into its skeleton. We'll just skip the turn into a skeleton part, and the skull just starts to kind of evaporate. Bruno,
Well, that's not going to feel very nice.
but it frees him up to come back when Malkesh needs him.
Yeah, just because he gets destroyed doesn't mean he can't come back.
Yeah. This actually speeds up the process because
Oh,
it destroys
good.
them all at once.
Oh, good. Okay. All right.
Yes.
As soon as Ferris runs back, I'm assuming we're going to be packing up to leave. Can I roll a Tinkerer roll to basically finish up so
you-
that Malkesh
Yeah.
can put the soul in?
Absolutely. You can roll a Tinkerer roll, and you can take a +1 on that roll because somebody bought you a book on skeletons you can reference.
It plays music. You do have to wind it up first, though.
Well, I don't know
Jesus.
why we
Good.
expected anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Good God.
Because like if it had been lower, I was just gonna take the parts and go. But this way is a lot easier because he can walk with us.
Yeah. Melkesh, you have a half of this project as well.
I do. I guess I would be working on some form of plant-based synthetic musculature. Like rubber bands, but living.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to find him some clothing.
This would be an intelligence-based test?
Yeah, this would be intelligence. And yeah, this is plant-based, so
And I rolled a 4. Great bonuses! Rolled a 4.
hey, that's what great bonuses are for.
Well, we're probably gonna have to replace these later, but these should work for now.
What I'm planning, just out of character for a second, is we put the soul into the automaton, and then at some point I'm going to use a lich dice to instill the memories of the memories that I got in the forest.
That's funny, because I was gonna use a lich die to put the soul in.
Hey Dan, we're gonna use our lich die.
All
Are spirits coming back into the room as this is happening, or?
Yeah, I would say at this point, this is a part of the time that Ferris would return, and probably the part that Hun Hao would notice that you've built a man.
Wait, what the hell are you guys doing?
So
Not just any man.
this isn't how people are born.
No.
That's not how
It's not how you use the memory of the greatest hero that's ever lived on this continent either.
She looks at Malkesh. I just kind of assumed that this is the way that it worked.
We'll talk about this later. Let's see.
Oh, now still holding that hand hostage, BT dubs.
It's okay. He can do what he needs to do without a
We'll
hand.
make it modular.
He doesn't need that hand.
The wrist bone's connected to the autocannon.
Oh god.
Amazing. Put a cannon on it.
Jesus Christ, this is gonna be like that Perry Bible Fellowship comic where they find a fucking robot and they're like, it just needs one thing, humanity. Next panel, it's burning everything and killed several researchers. We're gonna slot the soul into this thing and it's gonna murder us all.
It's a hero. It's not. It'll be fine.
Okay, but why does a hero need an autocannon hand, huh?
This,
I mean,
this
all
could be
heroes
the
need an
key
autocannon
to
hand.
resisting
God
corruption
damn it.
from the Shard of Prophecy, and you're just gonna put it in a giant killer robot?
It's actually
Well,
It's not really giant. I guess it's more like waist-sized, a miniature killer robot.
Actually, that's a very good question. Is this a full-sized or is this a Lissy-sized?
this is a full size. I was making a human. This is how humans are made.
I
No,
As far as
disagree.
I'm aware.
When a daddy human and a mommy human love each other very much, let's see. They don't get together and
But
build a
then
robot.
Why is there a book?
no. That's actually the complication. You built the skeleton really good and can change it anything you want, but Malkesh could only make enough muscle and flesh to cover about a gnome-sized skeleton.
Oh god.
So it's just his waist?
It's just
No.
a tiny person.
Oh, it's just little.
No, it has
And-
limited locomotion currently.
So if I built a full, oh right,
If
okay.
you've built a full size, but there's limited muscle, then that means it can basically
right.
do forward, back.
Yeah. Or you can build a gnome-sized and have it have full locomotion.
But then it's not the right. I suppose the cannon could be.
So you're gonna put the soul of like a fantastic hero in it, right?
Yeah.
No matter what size it is.
Well,
I still feel like this is a gross misuse of both of your power.
well.
You
I'm
just
bored.
see Ambois. Correction, all three of our power.
You were in on this? I thought you were supposed to know
Well-
better.
They had kind of the right idea. They were just too evil about it. You have to be less evil about these things, otherwise people start to worry.
Yeah, because good intentions make everything better.
Exactly.
This is not something that you rush. I was gone for 2 hours, and you people built a man, and are gonna put the soul of the greatest hero we've ever known in
I
this
rolled a
thing.
35.
Well, I mean, I could try to put him in a skeleton so you can talk to him. Would that help?
No.
Yeah, we could
Also,
leave the flesh.
Correction, not his soul. It's this poor guy's soul. It's just his memories.
Yeah.
So
that
you're going
poor
to
guy's
brainwash
soul.
a soul with somebody else's No, I'm
No,
holding
no,
onto this hand. No, it's mine
Hang
now.
on. No.
They already
Hold on to that hand.
brainwashed
Oh,
him.
no.
Yeah, the soul came
Yeah.
pre-wiped. He's-
We're just gonna format it.
Yeah. You can hear a pin drop.
Unhoused.
Paris has just walked in and it's like Malkesh and Lissy are on a table and just look at him and it's almost like there's a reflective surface in their eyes.
Deer in
Staring
headlights.
out of the gloom and smoke.
Amboise speaks up. Look, it's a useful. It's this in. We're about to deal with prophecy shards. This an incorruptible help would be helpful.
Yeah,
And
but I
you
have,
can
to put
tell
this, I have to put the stupid thing together, and I would like to be incorruptible. That would be nice.
Do you want his memories?
Not necessarily, but I feel like
then
there's
this
a way we
solves
could.
that problem.
I feel like there's a way we could use it to maybe
Yeah,
help
we-
a little bit.
We don't want to wipe your memories, Ferris.
That's too much.
Well, no, exactly.
That would be bad.
Delilah just because nobody is wiping anybody's memories.
Listen, this is elegant, if inefficient.
Yeah. Aren't you the least little bit curious what he knows?
If he comes awake, screaming and suffering, I'm killing him. Fair warning.
You keep in
Oh, well,
mind,
there's
you're,
an
you're
off
putting the
switch.
memories of this hero into this soul, and then putting it into a body that's not his.
And Malkesh hasn't made any nerves, so
Technically, you
Be
can't
fine.
feel pain
yeah.
or anything.
What about emotional
No.
pain?
Well,
That happened before he went in.
Yeah,
that's
then
not our fault.
again, if this turns out horribly, we're mercy killing this thing.
Look, no, we're not doing this right now.
But
We need to take time and make sure it's okay.
Ferris
don't
does
want
have
to
a
have
point.
to.
We don't want
There's no
happen
one-
in the forest to happen right now.
No, well, this is what I mean. There's first of all, there's no other way to tell how he's feeling unless we actually
Lissy,
make this.
Lissy, Ferris
He'll
has
be fine.
no. Lissy, Ferris, listen. Ferris has a point. At the very least, if we take some more time and do a little more research into this, Huno kind of gestures to the robot body with not enough muscle.
Like its kneecaps covered with flesh,
Yeah.
and that's it.
You could upgrade the suit, the harness. You could tinker with it more.
I rolled a 36. I think that's like tinkering enough, my friend.
What do you mean? What do you keep talking about rolls?
What do you mean you rolled?
You don't have to worry about it. It's something that Ockies know.
Listen, if it becomes a problem, I can pull the soul immediately.
Wait,
Really
did
is
we
not
just
something that can run away.
Did we just casually introduce the idea that Ocbies are aware of game mechanics?
Only when they're really high, though.
and it's a good thing that I am. I'm still working off of tree time. So, like,
Gotta get that green. Get you the best buzz.
Lissy starts r/trees and mow.
Listen, if it becomes a problem, we can shut it down.
No.
In the truest sense.
Amboy just thinks and he kind of looks at it and you kind of feel that he's convincing himself. It's like, no, it's... He pauses as he thinks about it. It's... Maybe Ferris is right. If we take the time, we could at least get the body the right size.
You saying there's something wrong with the short body, Amber?
It's... Oh, he kind of takes off. You have the picture he took kind of the picture he painted unfolded and looking. It's like, no, I mean, look, it looks very much like him, and he's a very handsome gnome, but he wasn't a gnome.
I say, yeah, picture yourself as Arthur Dollendal, and all of a sudden, you go from being this large man with a big sword, and now you're a tiny gnome with no sword.
But
But
then
he'd be
he's
made
the
of
same
metal.
height
Okay,
as us.
that's not no. That's still not no.
You could see how we see
It's
the
too
world.
much of it's too much of a shock, though, especially since you're implementing him to a new body to begin with.
Delilah speaks up. Not the sound on their side, but you'd also be going from dead to alive, so I think that's a big improvement.
I still think we should wait.
It's not so bad.
This
It'll
doesn't seem
be
like the kind of
fine.
thing that you should rush.
Well, no, I haven't rushed. This is
We
how I
plenty of time.
normally work.
You can build a bigger body for the poor man if you're going to bring him back
Well-
from the dead.
Lissy, he does have a point. We could build a really big body.
Oh God! By the tree.
That moment, Gregory walks in the door. Hey, I'm sorry, too. I brought sushi for everybody. I don't. What? What? Who's that?
Just a T100 sitting on the table.
put a mini one.
It's a headache. That's what it is.
She's already starting to strap on the arm cannon.
No, you don't get the blasting caps back. Lissy, stop it.
Oh,
Was that what that
you're
explosion
such a
was that I
spoil
heard?
sport. I
Listen,
just thought that
sorry, go ahead.
I just thought it would be an improvement. That's all.
So you built a man, then exploded a man, and then built another man, and you're telling me that this is fine, and that we should not wait on
the
this.
man survived just fine for the most part, except I think
Yeah.
Hanhao is holding the hand right now.
Yeah.
On
The-
how
the problem is, Lissy
Get rid of that hand.
has a wonderful developmental cycle here, except that she likes to add the parts that go boom, maybe a little earlier than she should. It was a miscalculation, but I'm sure she won't do that again. Right, Lissy?
I am
and that
so
is
sorry
exactly
about
why
that.
we should wait.
Yeah, we might want to take some time and work out the kinks in your calculations.
Oh no, I think her calculations were fine. It was just the wrong order. Right, Lissy?
Did you just question my calculations?
You said
How
it.
dare you? No, I'm
Also,
talking
please,
nothing now.
just for me,
Are
don't
you
use that
trying
memory
to...
just yet.
Because I've seen the way that you act with gun hills.
What?
What?
I don't know. This is new to me.
He takes this opportunity to put the memories
What?
into the thing.
There's just
Light
this
up!
line out of Lissy's beak, and everyone just goes, "What?"
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess she means the courting ritual y'all were doing earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, that human
What?
fish thing that you guys do.
You don't know anything about tall people, do you?
Well, I only see most people by their ankles, and I am normally high, so yeah, I just make a lot of assumptions.
Oh no, it just kind of looks at Ferris. If she sees things by the ankles, how can she be high?
Well, just don't. If you see
Should we
any
light it up?
leaves
Let's
or
light it up.
powders around Lissy, just don't touch them.
Let's light
Oh well,
this
that
up.
goes without saying.
Technically, she's high on soul right now, which are kind of like being high on life, but not really.
No, not really.
And I need a Nocti with soul power.
Look, Gregory, I'm gonna take some of that sushi.
If she had knuckles, she'd be cracking them.
You know, I was thinking that you guys might have got weirded out by the raw fish thing, but I was wrong.
Is that what sushi is? It's
a
raw
little- It's a
fish?
little weird that they serve it here with all the mermen.
Yeah.
Well, mermen gotta eat, right? Unless it's merman sushi.
I mean, I guess they probably do eat fish a lot. It's probably fine.
I mean, unless it's merman sushi.
Right. I'm not
You
eating a
did
merman.
check,
I'm not
right,
eating porter, am I?
Gregory?
Wait.
No, it's just tuna.
Okay.
All right, then, yeah, okay.
It's raw tuna though. They didn't cook it.
It's fine.
Why
Well,
don't-
no, I mean, technically they flash freeze it to kill any parasites, but no, they didn't cook it. And
Wait, they
Mukesh
flash
walks
what
over
it?
to the box.
like it's
We'll just start quietly moving things about in the background.
okay. Look, and he just puts it on a table. It sounds like you guys have a bigger thing going on than what we're having for dinner.
Oh, right. Then Ferris just follows his sushi roll. I know where to meet Casey, and she's in Twin Lakes. We should probably head there without our little this, and he gestures at the half-built gnome.
We might need this if we're going to go see Casey.
I agree with Lizzie.
I don't think she's going to be threatened by the gnome.
No, it's not. I'm not trying to threaten anybody. I'm trying to find out information that could maybe save your sister.
Are they sister and brother?
Yeah, kind of. It's a
not
weird
really.
sort of situation.
Is she a soul in a body like we were
He has
doing?
a sister.
No. She doesn't have a soul.
Your dad was
She-
busy.
Wait,
Oh my God.
Casey doesn't have a soul?
Casey
Oh, I
is
said too much again. I
complicated.
got too comfortable. I'm gonna be quiet in the corner.
She was made from a shard of prophecy. I don't think that there's a soul there.
Wait, we're trusting her with
Gregory
more
kind of
herself?
quietly walks to the
No,
corner.
we're going to.
And I
Definitely.
lost sound again.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Dan.
Wait, she has no soul.
Look, we're not trust. Look, what
That
you
doesn't
said back
bother
there made
you?
sense. No, exactly. You made sense. You were right. I didn't want to admit it. But she has the best plan for acquiring this next shard of prophecy.
Well, she's made
if-
of it.
Exactly. That's why we need to beat her to the punch.
We
And
can't
it-
let her have a shard of prophecy.
Exactly.
Actually, Gregory, I'm sorry. I'm gonna speak up again. I know I said I wasn't going to. She may not have the best plan anymore. There's
Because of
another
the-
plan.
What about plan?
Everybody turns to look at Gregory, who's holding sushi.
You have a plan?
It was in what I received information Carnifex passed along from the everybody's looking at me.
It's okay,
It-
breathe.
Oh, okay. The Carnifex convinced the Crusader to back this, and the Imperial Guard and Library backed it as well. When they were given the information that whoever activated that, well, Orther, and did the thing with the explodey, they're willing to offer them a seat at the table to discuss the ramifications of that, which they probably wouldn't be willing to offer that if we robbed them blind.
Well,
You mean they're willing to talk about us making this guy?
No, we're going to talk about us taking the shard of prophecy.
Oh,
No, they
Or, well, yeah.
don't know about that guy.
Right.
I was gone 2 hours and you built a man.
this is becoming a bit. Yeah.
That's what I said, Gregory.
it
We're on the
was.
same page.
I wish I understood how they did it. I watched the whole process, but.
Well, the thigh bone's connected to the hip bone.
Yeah. It said so in the song.
We played the song a lot, Amboy says.
It did.
It all started to blur together after a while. It's like a long hunting trip with my sons. The songs, they all kind of become white noise.
Oh, like 2,000 bottles of beer on the wall.
I think that might just be an Akbi one.
Oh, yeah. The beer thing is me. It's usually whatever you end up fancying.
It's very odd that Akbis use 2,000 bottles of beer on the wall as a lullaby for their children.
fucking race, I swear to God. How
Okay,
do we
look-
all just not fall off of the cliff? I just don't know. It's one of
Delilah-
life's mysteries.
Delilah looks. All right. We now have 2 plans to consider. And the decision if we're going to play God or not. We have a long sail in front of us. Maybe we can use that as some time to think.
Unless we did it already while everybody was talking.
Did you?
That would be hilarious. It
I
just
say-
bolt right up on the table.
I say there's a moment
I
where
am
Ferris can try
Iron
and counter
Gnome.
magic. He might.
You
Dad,
got-
do I have
you
to
got-
roll for that?
No, you said guys were saying spending icon die. If you both spend those icon die, it happens. That's how
Oh,
icon die work.
Christ.
Nick, what do you think?
Oh, hell yes.
All right. I'm
Well, here we go.
I got a 5 with the Oracle. What can I do to make this not happen?
You're fighting 2 6s.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
You actually specifically can't because that's the one icon die this thing is immune to.
Yeah.
Oh
okay,
my
fair enough.
god.
Come on, guys, live a little.
I mean, it's your icon dice. I can't make you. I can't.
Yeah,
stop you.
no, I really can't either. There's nothing I can do to stop you,
You have
so.
iconic power.
I like how Gregory started to offer the options and Melkesh unless you just kind of slowly back away from the field of knees and then just go to work what they were doing.
Everybody's just working as they're all discussing it.
Also, trademarking field of knees.
An upcoming documentary about dwarfism.
Don't step away from this, Malkesh. You're the one with the soul as well, so
My God,
some of the
no,
little
this-
backhandedness.
all the Field of Dreams jokes don't work because you built a man.
God.
Like, damn it.
Listen, if we're
God,
doing
I
this, we're
built
doing
that.
this.
At least it wasn't a fudgy.
We built Iron Gnome.
Yeah, I'm good for it. I'll do it.
As you're doing it, you notice something very particular happens as you go through all the process. And that very particular thing that happens is nothing as everybody is still talking. And then Ambois just quietly looks and says, I think we need a jolt of energy. And there's only one thing I can think of that can provide the energy we need in this short notice without anybody noticing.
Was Ambois gonna rub up against it?
Well, no, I was going to suggest you can... And he kind of shakes with the collar and the little green orb there. You could channel this necrotic energy, Malkesh. Not all of it, preferably. I do like being animate.
I mean, I have a Leyden jar. I could possibly use that.
Time's burning. They're probably going to notice this soon.
I'm concerned if I pull your energy out, you will be lesser. Well, you're already a cat. I don't want you to be less than that.
I want you to do this. Bring him back to life.
All right. I mean, I guess he was your friend, right?
Just kind of looks at you as... Yes.
All right. Well, Kesh channels the energy quietly and then kind of touches the toe of Iron Gnome.
And this would be the moment everybody would notice as kind of shocks of green energy go up through the body and everybody looks and Delilah just drops a roll of sushi from in between her chopsticks.
Oh no.
And Gregory just goes, they did it anyway!
Yeah, thank you, Gregory. We noticed.
I just imagine now if any sushi fell on the floor with this like stream of necrotic energy is kind of passing into the body and spreading across the floor, it just starts flopping.
Yes.
It's
It's like a dynamite roll, so it has like the shrimp tail, and it's just
It's trying desperately to get back to the water.
it's flopping back.
Hanhao looks down and sees this, and very painfully swallows the sushi roll that was in his mouth. It's not animated, but now he's just very upset.
I'm so pleased.
And at that moment, the gnome blinks and looks around. So describe how he looks.
Well,
Lucy,
he's a
that's
lot
your field.
shorter. He's a lot shorter than I was actually picturing, but he's perfect in a mechanical sense. He has all the sort of framework and everything that I would say the same sort of as a construct, complete with ligaments and such like. Although I was debating out of character, I was debating whether or not instead of slightly gnome-like, he might be slightly frog-like.
Damn it.
So he's an anthropomorphic frog.
Ferris stares at this thing and his eye just twitches.
Don't regret this at all.
All right.
The way that you did the ligaments is a little bit...
They were plant-based,
Oh.
so they're very green.
Yeah. And it's just the way that the leg bends a little bit. I'm sure it's functional, you understand, but...
It doesn't
We
look
built a
anything like it.
froglet.
Oh
Right.
We only
no.
had so many parts at hand, honestly.
That's why we
Well,
were gonna
yeah,
wait.
I mean, the
That's-
jaw had to be made out of that, like, part of, like, a spoiler for one of the airships, so...
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no.
You're not wrong. But he's cute. Yeah?
He blinks and looks,
Cute little guy.
and then suddenly does a combat roll forward.
Very efficiently, because he's a
Ferris,
frog.
Ferris immediately has a fireball ready in his hand.
To which he goes to grab a pipe, and his hand just kind of flops against it because there's no bones in it. And then he
also no
grabs it
hand
with
on
his
one
other
of his arms.
hand. Yeah, okay, that would be the one. He goes to grab it, but there's no hand. So he grabs it with his other one and is just kind of standing in a circle, holding a pipe out, just going, "Where am I? Who are you?"
It's okay, friend. It's been a long time, but we need your help.
That answered neither of the questions I asked.
Okay, well, you were dead. So currently you're alive, so +1, right?
That's pretty good.
Cool.
Yes,
Okay.
but
Second,
that's...
you're almost invincible because you're metal. So cool. +2. 3, you're in Narohama.
the fishing village? And
It's a little more than a
Amboise,
fishing village now.
Amboise says, yes, there's quite a bit more going on, and he turns and he's just like, I recognize that voice. Still
Yeah,
not?
he's not the same form you recognize either.
It's like, yes, it's me. And he goes, is this dragon magic? Are you hiding? He's just like,
No, he's dead
No.
too.
no, we've both taken alternate animal-like forms. And he kind of looks at himself and finds a shiny piece of metal and just kind of jumps back. And it's like, he looks at everyone. I'm a frog.
Mokesh kind of loses and just laughs.
Well, I suppose
Well-
frog. Oh no, that was impolite. Frog folk.
Listen, we are kind of in a rush dealing with a world-ending situation, and our parts are limited, so you are kind of the best body we could give you for the moment.
Well, that's not technically true. They could have waited and built you a better one, but they got impatient.
I mean, we
You
could have.
guys were trying to argue against it.
We could have just put you in a regular body that belonged to someone previously, but we
That's
figured you might
that's
have a-
very bad. No.
Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
you'd have moral obligations against that, being the whole
Yes.
impenetrable hero kind of thing. So this is
And that would
not.
totally have been less fun. There would be a lot more bones there, and I would not have learned half as much as I did.
Our
Plus,
lines.
This kind of makes you a little more mobile later,
Wait,
in a sense.
Wait. Quiet, Mr. Goblin, a second. You said this is more than a fishing village, and you said that demons might be problems again.
Oh, they're definitely.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely a problem.
And you're kind of a ruling expert.
You said again.
Yeah, you succeeded.
We won.
+3. Yeah, you're doing good.
We won. It was all worth it. We won.
Ferris finally extinguishes the fireball that was in his hand and kind of
Oh,
drops
thank God.
drops his hand.
See, Ferris, it's not so bad. He's happy.
Well, I'm happy-ish. I'm happy we won.
Yeah, and you're alive.
I'm
again.
not happy it's a problem again.
Well, neither are we. That's kind of why we called you. Well, built you. Rebuilt you? I'm kind of not sure what the right terminology is here. But you're alive again, and you have the ability to do pretty much anything you want, including hop now. So you're a little shorter, though. I'm sorry. Limited resources.
Dan, I'm trying to remember my timeline here. Was the Oracle a problem in his age?
Yes, the Oracle was
Okay.
the problem in his
Okay.
age.
I see. Okay, never mind.
The Oracle's madness is what started the war
Right.
that
That's
he
what I
was a
thought.
hero in. Okay.
Well, see, the Oracle's still alive, and that's a
Okay.
problem. And I think that's also the problem.
That
In general.
Makesh goes over and takes the hand, just jumps up, grabs the hand out of Hunhow's hand, and goes back over to give it to the frog guy.
Tono's just kind of shocked that he could get that height.
He's
Not even mad, just impressed.
he pretty much grabs the hand and looks at it, then just kind of places it against the stump, and you see further sparks of necrotic energy kind of pull it into place.
Yeah, there's going to be some adaptation. It's going to take a little getting used to, I'm sure, but hey, you're here?
We might have to add things on the go.
Yeah, we may have to tinker a little, but for the most part, you are mobile and able to pretty much move around, well, actually, maybe even better than before. Also, you don't have any bones anymore, which is kind of another plus, so +4, right?
He just has this expression on his face, and he looks to Amboise, and Amboise is like, and he's at a loss for words. And the frog Arthur sighs and just, all right, well, let's not waste this opportunity. Needed me for a reason. I need some clothes and a sword.
I think we can do that.
Do we have any swords that small?
Well, he's metal. He can handle a bigger sword. Doesn't have to worry about things detaching like you.
Can we get
Sort of
him a
flimsy
big
bone things.
sword? He's gonna have a big sword.
So a normal sword?
Yeah,
That'll be awesome.
If it's possible.
I've got a
wait,
dagger. I mean, Ferris
wait.
offers one of his daggers.
How long are we talking?
Well, you're what? 4'2" currently?
No, that's not what I meant.
Time.
How
Needs
long
time.
has it been?
Oh,
Amboise speaks up. Hundreds of years. So, and he looks back. Okay, so it's probably not realistic to get my sword then.
Ooh.
Well, we can
We
work
are-
on that, but I think
we
a
are the
regular
Empire.
sword for the moment would be good.
You quickly remember that it is possible. Carnifex has his sword.
Yes, he does.
But I don't think Carnifex is going to give it up. Well, we'll worry about that later. I think for now, let's get you dressed and
I just want
a
Arthur
proper
to
sword.
meet. I want Arthur to meet Carnifex. That's
I
gonna
guess-
be great.
I guess in the meantime, Ferris can give him one of his daggers.
He takes it. Kind of flips it. Does a few moves. Oh, wizarding type, eh?
Yeah, a little bit.
How's that project for... How's their city going?
Well, it almost collapsed in on itself.
Well, that
It's
sounds
better
like music.
now.
Okay.
We got the Arcano Matrix running, and then it stopped running, and now it's kind of at half mast right now.
Delilah looks... Well, this is the most unsettling day possible.
Really? Oh yeah, you were away for a while.
2 hours.
Gregory... Wait. Okay, so you just brought back...
The famous hero, yeah.
Yeah, no, like he's everybody's hero. Like, I grew up hearing stories about him.
You're welcome.
Okay. I guess it worked, so maybe this wasn't so bad. He looks to Ferris and Hunhow,
He's
just in desperate look.
so Ferris doesn't look really super pleased about this currently either. I mean, he won't say anything in front of the recently reanimated Frogman.
Well, I was gonna put in something to control it, but
What?
then it blew up. So he's pretty much his own little man now.
Who is she?
She built you, technically. Partially.
Technically,
It was a group
yes.
effort.
Okay, so you built the body and you put my soul back in my body.
Yeah, I also made the things that make you look green. Sorry about that. It was herbally based, so part of you's still living.
All right, I'm going to take a moment, and then somebody is going to catch me up on hundreds of years of history.
That's fair.
Ambla, I think I'm gonna leave you in charge of that because I've only been alive for 26 of it.
I can do that.
And I've been high for most of it.
Here, let's talk, old friend. And he kind of in his mouth takes the rolled up, the now re-rolled painting of all that group. And then they walk out of the room.
Lissy, I think we need to go shopping.
Yes, let's do that. Oh, but first,
Sorry.
Gregory, can I have some sushi?
Yes, it's on the
I don't
table.
mind if it wiggles a little bit. That's okay.
Hunhouse, the whole time that he's been quiet, he's been watching the one piece of sushi wiggle its way across the floor.
Eats it. Mmm, fresh.
No, just looking at
No,
it
it's not there yet.
uncomfortably.
Dear, dear.
Excellent. Well, does anybody have anything else they'd like to do with this scene?
I imagine Malkesh and Lissy are making a beeline to get away from the disapproving stares of Ferris and Hunter.
There will be words. So
Yeah.
many words. When
Yeah.
when poor
You guys-
Frogman is out of earshot.
You guys are so what's the word? You're without Gunhild, you guys have definitely lost the upper hand on this morality thing.
What?
Gregory.
No, we definitely have
Gregory.
the upper hand on this morality thing right now.
You just can't control it.
Right. Exactly.
No.
Do you think we
Gregory
can get
looks to-
leashes for them?
I don't think leashes would help.
Also, fun fact: we built another short person. We outnumber you now.
Yes, yes.
Well, but you built a short NPC. We still have Delilah and Gregory. It's a
What's an
form.
NPC?
Gregory's like, I'm not particularly tall, but I'm taller than them. He says,
That's all that
out of
matters.
character, I guess.
Out of character NPC talk.
This is getting fucking meta as hell, dude.
Sorry.
Delilah. Well, Gunhild's going to hate this.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not the only one.
Yeah.
But I've got a ship to get ready now. So this is going to be a very strange report to Elven intelligence.
Oh god.
And then she walks and leaves. All right. I'm going to get the ship good to... I don't want to think about this anymore, so as my dad said, if you don't want to think about something, keep busy. And he leaves. And it's very quiet, and Hanau and Ferris are left in the room.
What are we gonna do about them?
Ferris doesn't say anything. He's just staring and like juggling a fireball. Like he's like igniting a fireball and then extinguishing and then igniting and extinguishing, like a stress ball.
Yeah.
I might have to kill them. I don't know. This is bad.
I don't know if I'd go to such extremes just yet, but
Well, it's not gonna stop them.
that's no.
Clearly, death doesn't matter to them.
Yeah. No. No, it does not.
It might teach them a lesson.
I'm not usually a fan of corporal punishment, but in this situation, might be what finally gets something to stick.
And how are we gonna explain this to Gunhild? She's gonna come back and then probably leave again.
She's gonna have to take more of a break. We're gonna have to make her a bigger cake. Gunhild, we're really sorry for bringing the inanimate dead back
No,
to
that's
life.
on you two now. It's not us. Hanau and Ferris, we're free.
Yeah. You can't drag us into that one.
I love you guys.
I-
There was no way we were gonna get out of this without me constructing a small person.
I'm gonna need to talk to him. Even as weird as it is, I need to talk to him one-on-one about the shards. He might know something.
Well, it's just the damage has already been done.
We'll have to make do with what we can. Even though that's not the real hero.
Technically, it is the brain of the real hero.
It's his memories fused with a blank soul.
Yeah.
But the real soul is whatever is out there with whatever happens to the souls after they're betrayed by their great friends.
I imagine getting his actual soul would have been rather difficult if it
Well, no,
were
I'm just
corrupted
saying.
by
Like,
demons.
yeah, I'm just saying.
Also, we have all.
Now
of
that's a good question. Because we have a link to the demons and to the
Nobody ever said he
soul.
was his soul was captured by demons.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry.
Well, I mean, in a way, we have an uncorruptible version of the hero we actually need to talk to, right?
I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
like a walking library.
from a perspective, he's not the real thing.
You tell him that.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to. This is why it's out of earshot of him.
But I mean, from an in-character perspective, he's everything we really want from Arthur Dolendal. Because we're not looking for someone to fight the battles so much as to have the information about how to fight the battles.
What are we
But we
going to
needed
do
to
when
make-
we get that information, though? Like, what do we do with him then?
Save the world.
Well, yes, but what about him?
He lives a happy life.
As a frog thing?
I mean, there are worse things.
Uh,
Technically, he doesn't need to eat, sleep. Can be repaired. When he doesn't want to do it anymore, it's fairly easy to take care of.
Ferris will stand up and just be like, "All right, let's get to the ship."
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, sorry, we have to get on the ship. Well, I guess you know how to swim now, so that's good.
That's one good thing to come out of all of this.
Were we going shopping?
Yes.
We might not have actually been there. Sorry.
No, that was an out-of-character discussion. Sorry.
All right. Okay. Yeah. We've gone shopping.
All right, what do you want to buy? This isn't going to be a scene because I know what happened the last time we did a scene of you guys going shopping.
Just
Yup.
clothes and your...
Excuse me,
We
Mr.
bought-
Oh, yeah,
GM.
did we get our payment?
who set up the stands to begin with? I feel really attacked right now.
I'm so attacked right now.
I feel so attacked.
I mean, I imagine for the most part they would just purchase some, standard clothes. Nothing too nice, but something that he wouldn't feel embarrassed. They're not rags.
We know his size now as well.
Yeah, and it's something dramatic and bold as you'd expect a legendary hero to wear, but
Exactly.
within our price budget. And the
Well-
sword, that's probably very functional.
Yeah.
Not very decorative, but very much so something that he can use, but probably is not a great sort of legend style of thing.
We do have a small argument as to whether or not I should put exploding caps into that.
Yes.
Because Malkesh won't give me the exploding caps anymore.
But it was finally decided as we realized we have effectively very little money that we should just go ahead and get the thing we can afford.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Speaking of money, a mer person, Ferris. You know what? It's Porter. Porter would deliver 2,125 gold to you.
Oh, thanks. Good to see you again, Porter. Glad that you're still doing well.
Yeah, it's... Look, it's good now. I'm no longer kind of being strong-armed into, helping you guys to fulfill some bandaged lady's prophecy.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Like, it's all right. You guys are pretty swell.
Keep safe, Porter. Thanks for the payoff.
Right, you stay safe too.
How much was I given?
You were given 2,125.
I'll tip him 25.
All right, bringing it down to a even 2,100. Ah, you already paid me quite a bit, and they kind of gave me a little bit too, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the thought.
Ferris looks at Hunhow. We'll split this up on the boat.
Hunhow just nods.
Right. The next day, you get whatever rest you can and set off early on the boat, unless you have anything else you want to do in Narohama.
I've got nothing.
I might have to
Nope.
take this opportunity to duck out, and just because I've got to get up at 6 tomorrow.
I think I'm just gonna kind of give this as the closing statement.
Okay.
Yep. I'm
All
fine
right.
with that.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, it is a uneventful sale. And mainly because, you've known this way before, and honestly, between the wrangling you've done, you don't have any issue with the checkpoints. We can talk about what you talked about on the trip the next time. But one of the big things that you see as you clear down the channelways, go past the village of Overlook, which seems to be being rebuilt, and pull up to the capital city of Twin Lakes, you see something vastly different. You see above the Imperial Library, and it looks like it was designed to kind of latch in this way. You see a floating island, and from that island you see propellers and machinery coming out of it, and on top of it, as it crests the horizon line, you can see a glorious Imperial palace.
Uh-oh. That's the Elf Queen.
No, it's the
So, yeah,
Imperial
that's-
palace.
Oh, okay.
We might actually have a new emperor.
Shit.
Yes, it's all of the... This is the Imperial Retreat.
Well, that
Safe.
explains why people couldn't find it.
Safe brought in one of the few times it's seen by non-Imperial officials during the designation that someone will become the true heir to the Empire.
Please tell me it's Mort.
Hey, bud.
And which dock do you pull into? Like, do you cut across the locks to go back to the kind of Mage Town area you left from, or do you will
Check
find
in with
that you
Carnifex.
actually, you can check in with Carnifex, he can give you those. You even would have clearance to dock at the library.
I feel like docking on the Crusader side with
Yeah.
with those very important invitations to have a seat at the table. Unless anybody has any other thoughts.
Nope, not me.
You go on the Crusader docks, and pretty much Gregory, being this kind of the military district of the town, is able to kind of do all the paperwork and get it in and say that this is under order of Commander Carnifex, and he doesn't give much. He doesn't give much kind of guff about it. Like, this is perfectly all right. And he has passed a whole bunch of intelligence and paperwork before, as he gets in by a kind of an Imperial message boy. And then he looks at one thing, and then he walks back, and he turns to Lissy and goes, Alyssa, Miss Lissy? Miss Alicia?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. What? Yes.
The messenger wants to see you.
Okay.
And the messenger would hand you an envelope.
Okay.
And you open and read it?
Yes. Yeah.
You open it, and it is a very stark, very simple message in handwriting you recognize intimately well. And it has an address, a time, and the single sentence, "It's time to hand it over."
Okay.
And that will be it
Next
for
time on
us.
Voices of the
Oh boy.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do we have Adderjäger this week?
Hopefully.
We hopefully will have Adderjäger on Tuesday night at 9:30 Eastern?
Oh yeah, 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30 Eastern.
9:30 Eastern. Tune in if you like big monster fighting and what should be a more streamlined system to the player's taste. Definitely, if you haven't had a chance, listen to some of the older episodes, including the last one, which was a discussion on the mechanics, which has some great game design talk in it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.
Have a good night, everybody.